The Igbos as well have something to learn from the Yorubas. What are these things you need to learn? 1. The Yorubas knows how to this concept of we don't belong to Nigeria, we want to go. One party saying that, another party saying we believe in one Nigeria, is even doing a kind of disservice to people like Peter Obi. Because the fact is, if your people say they don't believe in one Nigeria, then why are you coming to contest for the presidency of Nigeria? And let's look at this presidency. This presidency is not...
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video, we are bringing you strong words coming from a northerner, and it's directly straight at the Igbos. He's saying if the Igbos truly want to lead Nigeria, they need to first ask themselves one question. Do you even believe in Nigeria? Because from what this northern man is saying, you can't reject Nigeria and still want to rule it. Now, let's be real. This video isn't to insult anyone. The intent is to bring out some strong point that the northern man is raising and ask, is there something the Igbos need to learn from the Yorubas? He says yes, and here is what. First, the Yorubas know how to stoop to conquer. That means they don't always shout or fight. Sometimes they take the quiet road and come back stronger. That is how you win long term. Second, the Yorubas know how to strike deals. Some people call them betrayers for that, but this northern man says no, they are not betrayers. They are just smart. They know how to talk, plan and move in silence to win. And he says these two things are what the Igbos must learn if they ever want a serious chance at Nigeria's presidency. Now, let's go further. This northern man says Nigeria is not favoring anybody, not the poor Hausa man, not the average Yoruba, not even the Igbo. The system is hard on everyone. But if you truly want to rise, you want to learn how to move wisely in the system. He says Igbo land has billionaires, smart minds, everything needed to grow fast, but the problem is lack of unity. If the Igbos come together, they can industrialize their region without waiting for anyone. On insecurity, he admits it is there, but it is not even as bad as what is happening in other regions. So why not build your own local security outfit to make it better, just like some other regions are doing? Then he asks, what are your politicians doing in Abuja? Where are the bills and proposals that can bring imports, big infrastructures and development? He says some of your leaders are not pushing enough, and at the same time people keep saying we don't belong to Nigeria. Now this next part will hit hard. He says if the Igbo says they don't believe in Nigeria, why are they contesting for president of Nigeria? Because presidency means leading the whole of Nigeria, not just one tribe. And what's the real power in being president anyway? The northern man says it is mostly about appointments, and even those appointed are meant to serve all Nigerians, not just their own people. So if you really want that seat, you must first believe in the country. Guys, this is deep. Whether you agree or not, these are real thoughts from a real northern man, and it's already sparking big conversation. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thought after watching.
The Igbos as well have something to learn from the Yorubas. What are these things you need to learn? 1. The Yorubas knows how to stoop to conquer. Number 1. Number 2. The Yorubas are good at striking deals, which to some certain extent, a lot of people consider them as betrayers. But no, in reality, they are not betrayers. They just know how to strike a deal. So that is what I think the Igbos need to learn. You need to be good at striking deals, and at the same time, you need to learn to stoop to conquer gradually. The fact is, Nigeria is neither in favor of any common man on the streets, nor a particular region, as it is at the moment. That is the reality. Even the Yorubas, even the so-called Yorubas, and even with the Hausas, it's obvious. But the point is, in agitating for your own state, for your own country, there are ways to go about it that at the end of the day, you will get it without actually breaking a sweat. And what are these ways to go about it? The fact is, The agitation at the moment is centered on marginalization, is centered on underdevelopment, and a lot of other factors. So let's look at these factors. The Igbo land as it is at the moment, what is stopping it from industrializing? There's actually nothing that is stopping the Igbo land from industrializing. Seriously. Once there's unity of purpose, industrialization is just something you can achieve without breaking a sweat. And in regards insecurity, you quite agree with me to some certain extent that the insecurity you face to some certain extent is lesser compared to other regions. And it's still up to you. If you even want to expand and make this security better, you can operate just like other states or other regions are operating as a country on their own at the moment. They have security outfits that are catering for all these things. You can come up with all this and you can run it. And you will ensure that. In regards to industrialization, you have a lot of billionaires. A lot of billionaires among you. When you talk about maybe like facilities that are missing like port and whatever, at the same time, people can have private ports. You guys are capable, you can do that if you want to do that. And a lot of other facilities. And the last time I checked, a lot of the bills that are not even supposed to be presented to the house to make all these things available, I don't see them coming from your politicians. Here do we have a situation where some of your politicians, the governors or whatever, are performing below average. And at the same time, this concept of we don't belong to Nigeria, we want to go, one party saying that, another party saying we believe in one Nigeria, is even doing a kind of disservice to people like Peter Obi. Because the fact is, if your people say they don't believe in one Nigeria, then why are you coming to contest for the presidency of Nigeria? And let's look at this presidency. This presidency is nothing but ideally is supposed to be a person that represents all the desires and wishes of all regions without bias. The only advantage you can get out of it is born out of nepotism, which is the fact that you have a president coming from another region and he appoints his own people. And the fact is, irrespective of the people he appoints, in different capacities, they are supposed to serve the general interests of Nigerians, not a region. So why are we thinking that the presidency is a deal breaker when it comes to progress, when it comes to development? Come on, let's not go that way, and let's look at what the agitation have yielded so far. The agitation have yielded nothing so far rather than a lot of havoc and more disunity. Disunity in the sense that it's making the Igbo man to be more hated. And at the same time, havoc in the sense that a region that used to be peaceful, all of a sudden now is no more peaceful. But hey, the fact is when it comes to that, we still blame it to other regions and say they are responsible. But take it or leave it, whether they are responsible or not, you can actually borrow from the Yorubas as well. Like the Amoteku network. Have something good like that and actually works towards ensuring these things. You need to know that this is a gradual thing. And the last time I checked, Biafra has been declared almost 3 times. But has it come through? It has not. The last time it was declared in Finland, with a lot of other regions, with a lot of other states captured under the fact that they also belong to Biafra. That has succeeded also in giving a kind of creating more hatred between the Igbos and most especially the Niger Deltas. That is what it has succeeded in doing. So in doing that, you need to capture these people with dialogue, with negotiations. Let your actions be the reason why people should rally around you and support you towards achieving what you desire for. Not like, let it not look like land grabbing like we're alleging some of the Fulanis to do or some of the other regions to be doing on other states. Because that is what it looks at the moment. So, let there be dialogue. And if I must tell you the truth, a lot of these agitations, media propagandas is doing more disservice to you people. It's not helping. And the last time I checked, if you're thinking that there's going to be a point in time where you hold the government at ransom and they will have no option rather than to give you that. It's going to be very difficult, very hard, because the government will hardly bow to any pressure, the government of any world at this moment. And at the point in time, I begin to think you need to be accepted. If you think that the Western world will come in and they will intervene and they will give you your own region, the fact is there must be something bankable. There must be a kind of transaction that they feel that they will stand to benefit from your own region and your people far more better before they can come in. And when they even come in, I tell you, they can't pressure the government. The last time I checked, the government doesn't just obey anything that comes from the Western world anymore. The world is changing. So it's all up to you. Let's try to avoid a situation that resulted into the civil war in the past, because that is where I see all these things happening. And if you talk about even a kind of waging an unrest against the government, the fact is the government of Nigeria is still going to be at advantage, considering the fact that they have the resources and they have more clearance to import whatever they need to import to ensure that Nigeria is protected at all costs. So what I'm trying to say is you need to learn to stoop to conquer. One, you need to learn to strike more better deals, and you need to give this thing more time. It doesn't just happen all of a sudden, and it's not by so much agitation and a lot of it. Open up. Open up, that is what I'm trying to say. Give it time. Whatever is within your reach, do it while you wait for the natural time to come for you people to go, if you must go. And at the same time, you can't be saying a different thing and your politicians are saying another thing. The last time I checked, your politicians are still receiving federal allocation. You still have them in ministerial positions in Nigeria. And at the same time, they are not even lending a voice in regards to all these things you're saying. So at the end of the day, it looks as if it's the common man on the street that is talking about all these things. And your governors, some of them are even performing below average. They don't perform optimally. What do you expect a situation where you can't even have a one-party system that reflects the generality of everybody in a region that wants to go on its own? So I believe there is more of an in-house job that needs to be done. Copy from the Yorubas. Seriously, once you address the in-house job, the other bigger picture comes naturally. That is what I'm trying to say.
Yet the Yorubas hate us. Yet they don't want us to be president. Let me tell you today, president is not given, it's negotiated. It's not something you take by bully tactics. You will never use Nzobu Enyim by any we are doing in freedom fighting to use it to get to the center of this presidency. We are killing the candidacy of Peter. And that's why so many people are thinking that other people who have been so interested in having a different nation outside Nigeria in Igbo land are now removing their clothes to come in to campaign for Peter. And I'm telling you today, it will damage his candidacy. Let's be careful how we talk down on others. Somebody will say to me, Timothy, what do you say about what Senator Remy is saying? Senator Remy is only one person. She's not speaking for the whole Yorubas. She's not speaking for Afanifere. She's not speaking for Doyino Okube. She's speaking for herself, and she made that video 2019. And for crying out loud, she was even laughing. And those around her were laughing. Even though it sounds disparaging and insulting, do you truly think a pastor will invoke local gods? Will he walk? But some of us have taken it so serious. And because we have taken it so serious, now marketing Peter most of the times can be very, very disturbing. Okay? So why not we calm down? Why not we pipe down? Why not we loosen up a little bit? Why not we begin to see others the way they are seeing us? All this persecution complex and everybody is against us. We never help our tribe. And I want once again, never ever try to begin to say that Peter Obi represent the Igbos. It's not true. He's a national candidate. Labour Party is not ABGA. It's not the regional party. It's not the Igbo party. The chairman of the party, Julius Ebule, I've met him in person. He have come to my office to tell me the vision they are having. So I'm asking my Igbo brothers and sisters to calm down. Stop insulting people unnecessarily. Stop using mob attack and lynch attack on others just by thinking that they are stopping you from being president. Peter and his campaign team, including me and others, and you that are supporting him, have to do a lot. You have to do a lot to convince others to trust his candidacy that is a national project. Nobody is against Igbos. I am tired of this. I'm being honest. Most of the time, when I read this, and even people who are educated, who should know better, I have asked any of them, the Yorubas, how do they hate you? In case you don't know, when Jankara Market was demolished by Jakonde government in the early 80s, that man gave the Igbos a parcel of virgin land on owner's occupier. And what Jakonde said is that if you people are going to clear this forest and build it, take it for life. He didn't take 10 kobo from them. And that is Ojo Alaba International Market. I have been a businessman at Ojo Alaba International Market. They gave it to Ojo Alaba Market. Is generating annually more than almost 1 trillion naira. From Ojo, if you know Ojo very, very well, from Volkswagen down to Ajangbadi, is giving generation of Igbos plenty money in dollars, in pounds, in euro, given to us by a citizen of Lagos called Latif Jakonde. May God bless his soul. When we go now under the bridge, what we call trade fair market, where they have trade fair, there are 14 Igbo businesses that are in that trade fair. 14 business union. The one we call Balogu, or the people that are into beauty products, I was the person that dedicated it the day it was dedicated. Igbos are there. Yorubas give us land. Anytime we want land, they give it to us. Most of the economy and development we are seeing in Igbo land are coming from diaspora. Ego eji edozi ya n'Igbo ahụ sọ ndị Ọnịcha na Aba na Nnewi na Nsụka na Enugu na-ewete. Ọtụtụ n'ime years Lagos, most of this money came from Lagos. There has never been a time there is a riot in Lagos and Yorubas begin to burn the property of Igbos. Tell me when it happened. They can burn their own, but they can preserve our own. During the Civil War, every tribe that is so near to Igbos, including the Ikwere in Port Harcourt, seized our properties. They call it abandoned property. Our next door neighbors, people that even speak the same Igbo with us, who be Igbo, they change everything and seize the properties till today. Tell me one single property of Igbo that was seized by the Yorubas after the war. We went back and reclaimed our properties. They kept it for us. In fact, one Emeka Anyoku said that a Yoruba man that is neighbor, when he ran away and his family, he kept their property and was collecting rent for him throughout the Civil War 3 years. And when he came back, he handed over to him. Even Emeka Ojukwu that led the war, the 13 properties his father had in a place called Ikoyi in Lagos were all handed over back to him. What is all this madness? It is high time we cool down. Nobody hates you. Nobody wants to stop you. Politics is about campaign and spirituality. Ahmed Tinubu have the right. Ahmed Tinubu have the right to vie for presidency. Kwankwanso have the right to vie for presidency. Atiku have the right to vie for presidency. None of these people is representing a tribe. If you feel that Peter program and plans are better, market him very well. But all these things that the Yorubas are against us, they want to stop us from being the president, is a fallacy. I don't believe it. Market your own candidate in peace. Stop all these things that because there will be life after 2023. And most of the time we might even be endangering the lives and property of our brethren who are living there. by our utterances, by our writing, and by our action. So is it not high time somebody will now begin to say enough is enough?